Hey everyone, Wolf Lord Rho here. Before I begin today, a big thank you to the Templin Institute for the virtual gift voucher. Huge thank you my friends for the support, it is truly appreciated. Thank you. But on to today. Today we discuss the current situation of the Blood Angels and just where the future will take them. General spoiler warning to begin, as we will be discussing events from across the Warhammer 40k lore, so you have been warned. But with that said, let's just jump straight in. The chapter of the Blood Angels has certainly had a tumultuous time as of late, barely surviving the onslaught of Hive Fleet Leviathan, despite the aid of virtually all the sons of Sanguinius. But survive they did. And now, surrounded by darkness, beset by enemies on all sides, the Blood Angels look to the future, and they have begun to strike back. In the immediate aftermath of the devastation of Baal, Rabute Guilliman and his Indomitus crusade departed back to the southern half of the Imperium, but not before Guilliman deployed its vast resources to the rebuilding of the Blood Angels' homeworld. Everything was to be rebuilt, not just as it was before, but bigger and better. Even the wreckage of the flagship Blade of Vengeance was hauled from the surface back into the void, to be rebuilt as new. And the very chapter itself, slain down to less than 300 Astartes, was replenished back to full numbers with the new Primaris reinforcements. This was not to be the end of the Imperium, but the rebirth. So, with Dante's appointment as the Regent and Warden of Imperium Nihilus, the Blood Angels' homeworld is undergoing its biggest transformation in its entire history, more so even than when the Primarch still drew breath. The seat of Dante and the whole of Baal is being transformed into the terror of the North, the light against the darkness. The Arx Angelicum, the Angels' Fortress Monastery, has not only been rebuilt, bigger and stronger than before, but a whole city is being raised around it. The very people of the world are being raised up. This is to become the hub of half the Imperium. And there's a fantastic description of the construction and transformation in the novel Darkness in the Blood. A host of men of all kinds laboured to rebuild the outer curtain wall. The new wall was bigger, stronger, fitted with its own banks of void shield generators. Between the extinct volcano and the outer perimeter, the land was crowded with new facilities, some fully constructed, others as yet but outlines in the sand. Accommodation for bureaucrats and officials, alongside barracks for human soldiery and storage, defense batteries, temples and more. A city was rising where sand had ruled for millennia. The Arx Angelicum was changing from desert monastery to the hub of half a galactic empire. It's truly one of the most fascinating storylines in the new timeline. The Angels were on death's door, but now becoming the shining beacon against the darkness once more. And while yes, Dante and the Blood Angels chapter are the main driving force behind it, all the sons of Sanguinius are playing their part. If Sanguinius were to return today, he would truly be proud. And to accommodate this burgeoning world, the Skyfall, the Blood Angels' gigantic space dock, had undergone an almighty transformation of its own. If Baal is to become the centre of an empire, it needs an empire's worth of traffic and the defence to match. The system of Baal is now well and truly becoming one of the most heavily fortified systems outside of the Sol system itself. So with their home and chapter rebuilt, what's next for Dante and co? Well, the Imperium Nihilus is obviously still in turmoil. Having merely a bastion of light is not enough. The light has to be shone against the darkness, and the fight taken to the enemy. And Dante is in the process of doing just that. With several new battle barges being built, the Blood Angels now have one of the most powerful fleets of all the Adeptus Astartes, and with more vessels arriving in system by the day, whether refugees looking for salvation or Imperial commanders coming to join the cause, the Fleet Nihilus, as Dante has christened it, is growing to Indomitus Crusade proportions, and the time for unleashing its wrath is arriving. And that leads us to perhaps the Blood Angels' biggest advantage in the current events. With the warping turmoil across the entire galaxy, regardless of which side of the rift you are on, the Blood Angels are led through the warp by the Sanguinor, the legendary figure of Blood Angels myth. And particularly for the Imperium Nihilus, where the Emperor's Astronomicon can no longer penetrate, this gives the Blood Angels a huge advantage. Where the rest of the loyal vessels of the Imperium are forced to keep to small short warp jumps, due to the no pun intended chaos of the Immaterium, the Blood Angels are not, able thanks to the Sanguinor's guidance to travel longer and faster to their destination, meaning the Blood Angels can bring the wrath of the Emperor and arrive to besieged worlds still in time to save them, preventing them from falling to the maws of chaos. And all of this combined really does give the Blood Angels perhaps the best lore going in this current edition. It has to be said, the character it can give to your Blood Angels army or crusade force is truly second to none. I wish my walls had received something this awesome. Regardless of tabletop rules, 9th edition has made the Angels of Sanguinius the coolest chapter to play, at least from a lore point of view. And honestly, it's not even close. Where everybody else is on the back foot, the Blood Angels are poised to take the fight to the enemy. Even Guilliman and the Indomitus Crusade struggles to match the awesomeness of the Blood Angels situation. They just don't have that character. But there is where it all stands. The Angels rebuilt better than ever, ready to purge any Xenos or heretic from the Imperium, beginning with the Red Scar subsector and clearing what's left of the Tyrannid threat. Can you imagine if Dante got the Primaris upgrade in this edition too? My lord, it just wouldn't be fair. But I guess it would only be right to leave it with the words of Dante himself. The angel's halo shall shine in the heavens, and by its light let all beasts, traitors and Xenos be illuminated with certain knowledge. Let them understand that the Imperium Nihilus belongs to the Emperor. Oh man, I get chills just thinking about it. This edition is going to be awesome. But as always guys, what do you think? Are you excited for what's to come for the Blood Angels? And are they truly about to bring the wrath to the rest of the Imperium Nihilus? And who or what is going to be their biggest obstacle? Huge thank you to all my subscribers. Your support truly means a lot to me, it really does. And if you're new, please consider subscribing to help the channel grow. And if you enjoyed this particular vid, then why not drop a like on it too. But with that said, I am off, and I'll see you all again tomorrow, as Blood Angels Week continues.